People should try various diets and see what works for them. And I think a lot of people get stuck in this regimented thing where, and it can backfire on them too. They're carnivore, so then when berries come in season, when people might watch this towards the end of summer, blueberries are gonna be in full swing. Does that mean you totally avoid blueberries? Because I believe, I'm not one of these people that think plants are bad. I think blueberries, the anthocyanidins and the various antioxidants have a lot of benefit to your microbiome and to your body in general. But then when you start to identify that you're a carnivore, or you're a keto, or you're a vegan, then you close yourself down a little bit. How could a diet be negatively affecting your longevity if it makes you feel better, if it makes you sleep better, if it improves your heart rate variability, if it makes you stronger, if it makes you recover better? How could it slow down your longevity, or affect longevity in a negative way? If you look at this umbrella of intermittent fasting, within that are different protocols. Alternate day fasting, the 5-2, 16-8, where you're fasting like you fast for 24, basically, 20 hours a day. Within that is this time-restricted feeding bubble, and they are having subjects eat earlier in the day. So they started eating at 8 and cutting off at 2. And that was it. And what they showed is there was a dramatic increase in autophagy just by doing that. Changes in hormones, changes in glucose, insulin. But we always think, well, if autophagy is good, more is better. But if we think in overweight people, their fat cells have higher levels of autophagy occurring. It's a compensatory mechanism. Because if you were to, it sounds weird, but if you were to biopsy someone who's morbidly obese and you look at their fat tissue, there's a lot of necrosis and like literally tissues are dying. There's a lot of immune cells. So if you didn't know anything about autophagy and you looked at adipocytes in obesity, you would think autophagy is bad because it's upregulated.
Right.
And so I just want people to understand, in certain cancers, utilize autophagy upregulation to avert the immune system, to help it. So it's interesting. So it's not this clear, it's good or bad. It's contextualized and tissue specific. And sometimes more is not better. So that a lot of people are doing, hey, I did a 24-hour fast. Let's just roll it out to 96 hours, 72 hours. Well, what are your goals? Why are you doing this? Sometimes more is not better. I think when is too much is when it affects your sleep, when it affects your recovery, your muscle performance, when you start seeing negative side effects. When is it ideal? When you feel good. I'm not sure what the ideal situation is. Here's my thought is autophagy, is influenced by circadian rhythms, by epigenetics and whatever. Just like exercise, why not make it more consistent and shorter? So every week, do a 24-hour fast. Does everyone need to do that? No. But if you're looking for longevity like you are, and then every quarter, do a little bit of a longer one, like 3 days or 2 days or whatever, right? So there's a little bit more consistency. Because I did the math, if you look at over the course of a year, you fast every Monday for 24 hours. If you don't do any other prolonged fast besides that, you're fasting for 16% of the entire calorie year. That gets you pretty close to that 20% calorie restriction that's well known, and it's a good proxy for longevity enhancement, at least in animals and other humans, without having to really restrict yourself. Anything else above that, in my eyes, is just bonus. So if you do a 3-day fast or a 4-day fast every 6 months, that's just icing on the cake, and that can get you closer to that 20%.